competitive with major supermarkets. Logs Cash and Carry also provide wholesale on some products, mainly from Log Enterprises. You can get toiletries, cleaning supplies, shortening, margarine, wholesale drinks, and canned goods at competitive prices. Logs Cash and Carry is located at the top of Fountain Stretch, VG Highway. Our opening hours are Mondays to Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Logs Cash and Carry. We look forward to serving you.
Are you tired of being tired? Fighting the battle of the bulge? Take a breath of fresh air and embrace a new lease on life. Oxygen Fitness Center is here, located in the Camden Park Industrial Estate in the Green Building, next door to the government printery. Our range of fitness equipment and programs were carefully selected to meet your needs. Take a leap of faith today. Oxygen Fitness Center has the answers to your fitness needs. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram or call us at 457-8333.
99.9 WEFM. WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Alrighty, so the time here in SVG, it is 9:27, and we are in our Talk to Us segment for this morning. And already we have a caller. Yes, we have a caller. Hi, Anita.
Good morning, ladies, and how are you doing?
We're good, we're good. And what about you?
I am good. I'm blessed, man. I'm alive, giving thanks. Now, Dianna,
Hi.
I heard you this morning about the vaccine, and I'll tell you something. Now, I get service from an agency, and the ladies who came to me, I think it was just fair. I didn't want to take the vaccine, but they didn't want to take it either, and they took it. So I think I had to return the favor. Now, if you ask me now if I would want to take it, I don't think so. I'm not sure. I'm not saying yes or no. I took both shots and the booster, and it didn't affect me, but then I give thanks. You understand what I'm saying? But you considered the sacrifice that you had to make, your child and whatever, because there's a saying, when pressure take you, picnic shot fit you. Okay? Yeah. So,
Never heard that one, but I understand it now.
exactly. Good, you know? Right. So let me just send a few greetings. Good morning, Joshua. Greetings, happy weekend, and a safe one to you and yours. Mr. Mason, good morning. The mistress is here. Mr. Horn, I hope you're listening, and I sympathize with you still. Having lost your brother, having been there, lost my mother, and then my only sister a year apart. It's not easy, but God is on your side. Your brother could have been mourning for you instead of you mourning for him. And greetings to the others. Kojo, morning, let me not forget you. And there are others who doesn't want their name to be called, but it's okay. They know who they are. Now, Roleza, you had me on my chair cracking up yesterday. I almost fall out. When you said to Dianna, look, I'm telling you, I couldn't contain myself. When you said, you notice when Anita call our name, we are in trouble.
Oh, yeah. It's that motherly voice coming through.
Yes.
I know. Let me not laugh. But listen, listen, there's another saying that when you meet clever man, you have to change your hand. So here, now that I know you are paying attention, because attention is expensive, and it is everybody that pays it. So now I know you are paying attention. You are clever, so I have to find another way every day now so that you don't beat me. Look, ladies, you guys have, and you know what? Before I forget, that lady who was awarded the 13 million, trust me, if she was awarded 50 million, she wanted, because, as you said, she wasn't any threat to anybody. And I'm subject to correction. Isn't it in St. Vincent too that people was exempted because of their religious belief also?
Was I'm trying to remember if it was actually said and not effected, or I really can't confirm right now.
Yeah.
I'd have
Right,
to.
but I know it was being
Mhm.
said, but yeah, so I mean, and she was working from home, and so she wasn't any threat to anybody. So
Mhm.
I mean that corner also.
Mhm.
Something else I was gonna say, oh gosh, and it slipped me by. As I said that. No, I tried. Diana, I'm like you know. I lost my I lost my train of thought. Anyway, guys, you guys have a pleasant weekend, a God-filled one, and may God continue to meet you at the point of your needs. And I will catch you guys on Monday, all being the will of the Lord.
Amen
Take
and
God's
amen.
care. Yeah, man. Take
All
care.
right, take
Bye
care,
bye.
Anita. Bye. All right.
Bye. Yes.
All right. So just saying good morning there to Arnold on the live. Good morning to you, Arnold. All right. So, okay. It is our talk to us. Hi, Colin. Morning.
Yes, I'm back again. I am back again. Now Christmas is coming,
The geese are getting fat.
and I love that. And I want one to put in the pot, right? I say go. Anyhow, another Christmas. You know, I have seen so many Christmases in St. Vincent de Grenadines and elsewhere. St. Lucia being my second home at one time, especially when Christmas, New Year's. Over the years in St. Lucia. But in my current state of health, the only satisfying thing for me, right, coming up to Christmas, or when Christmas arrives on Christmas Day, I'm thinking of my eating. My eating habits can never be the same like what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Although there are people who ignore what the doctor tells them.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, the doctor has told me I can't eat any fatty foods, can't worry with steak and, pork and all of that thing. But maybe I may have to break a rule. I don't know.
Don't break no
But
rules, Dave.
All right, my love, I love that. But what I can tell you, I'm trying to sort out and tell my caretaker what I need. And I'm looking to having fish, some stewed fish. It must be real good, fleshy fish. You know, when I bite, it must like when you bite cheese. I'm looking for some good, nice stewed fish, nice little sauce, nice little sauce with that. And I want to go green. When I say I want to go green, I want to have all the vegetables if I can afford to buy them. Because that's skyrocketed. But that's an idea. My cucumbers, my string beans, my sweet peppers, all of that must be prepared for me. That's what I don't know if I'm eating healthy when I say those things, but I'm just saying what I'm accustomed to, because from the time cost of living gone way gone now, I know some of these things have become scarce, so you can get. Look, I listen to the cricket, and I hear the Englishman, one of the English commentators, complaining that he can't get tomatoes. So I say, wait, is this a Caribbean thing? And he tells you how in England they grow some lovely tomatoes. And I said, wow. So, as I said, I just mentioned that for my Christmas lunch. Oh, well, I always seem to have peas, because I tell you something, planting peas is not anything difficult, but somehow we don't bother with that. So when Christmas time comes, you buy peas in a little transparent bag for $20. Well, I ain't buying that. I grew up planting peas and corn thanks to my parents who instituted that in me and my sister at the time. Right? So I'm just saying, if anybody don't agree with what I have said, cuss me, do say what you want to
But
say.
Dave, you ain't
But
say
I'm a
one
cuss.
thing for anybody to cuss you. Why you have to put that in? You're giving
I
advice
don't
to
know,
people,
I
not
know.
wanting in that for somebody to cuss you over.
Well, I don't know. I don't know because people always show the words and carry on. So I'm just putting that out there.
All right, Dave.
Right?
All right.
And let me wish you guys a nice weekend. And dream about me, think about me, and all of that. I'll be doing the same thing.
Oh, how about say a prayer for you, Dave? How about
Yes.
saying a prayer? We could offer up a prayer for you.
Of course.
Dave,
of
why
course.
you so?
Well, how myself? Never trouble you?
We
Trouble,
could,
yes.
never-
That a trouble, yes. That is trouble.
Why? What?
we would
What
offer up the
is it?
prayer for you, okay? And you do the same for us. Everything else? Right,
I
forget.
appreciate that.
Right?
Appreciate it. All right. Have
All
a
right,
good
Dave.
weekend.
You too. Have a great weekend as well.
Bye.
All right, bye. All right, so yes, we are in our Talk to Us segment, and this is where you get even more interactive with us. Number to call is 457-9997. We are already live on Facebook and YouTube, and yes, you can send a WhatsApp message also to that number 457-9997. All right, let's see if we have any other calls. All right, one more call coming through. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Sorry.
You see, yeah, we on speed dial. Come.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, hi.
Hello?
Queens, go ahead. Sorry.
What you see?
Go ahead, Queen. Sorry. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, the radio. Yeah. Yesterday, you said something, but you kind of clear it up. You say you have friends for different reasons, and then you clear it up. But from the base, it didn't sound right. But you give an you give an explanation for it because it didn't sound right.
Okay.
Because
Sound like I using people?
Jamaican lady. Huh?
Sound like I was using people?
Right. Yes. A Jamaican lady told me she have a Jamaican friend who she have some guy's friend and one pay her nails and her hair. One pays her rent. One pays her electric bill. One pays her gas bill.
She's quite
And one pays her
resourceful.
electric bill.
Queens, I might tell you, definitely up front, that is not me. All right? I WEFM money on my business, pay for everything. All right?
I know. And when they tell me that was way before I Wayne sing that song in 2005. One man can't satisfy her. She need more wood for the fire. Long price getting higher, more money she requires. So she told me that the landlord to say, who coming over tonight? Is Mr. Lexus coming up tonight or Mr. BMW? Or Mr. Pathfinder coming on? Who coming on? Mr. Range Rover? So, you clean it up good, but it didn't sound too right up today. Have a good weekend.
All right,
Bye-bye.
you too, Queens. Bye.
All right.
All righty. One thing I think people who know me well would know that's definitely not what I meant, right? But yeah, I do understand where Queens is coming from. All right. So it is our interactive session, 457-9997. Should you wish to get interactive with us. All right. So we don't have any other calls or comments at this
No.
time. All right. So let's go into this topic, right? Quickly for about 5 minutes. So our topic is, should you speak to your friends about your relationship or marital problems? So somebody is saying, I feel the need to talk about things and get advice from trusted people I know, but at the same time, whenever I share anything, I feel guilty after the fact. I can't help but think that my husband wouldn't want me talking to others about our marriage. I'd only talk to my best friend of 15 years or my mom or sister, for example, not just an acquaintance, but still. It also makes me uncomfortable after the fact that a person would know years and years of our history in my relationship because it's an intimate relationship after all. What's the general consensus? What do you usually do? Am I wrong for doing this? How do people cope without talking to anyone else? All right, so the question that we're putting to you, should people speak to others, friends, in particular, friends and family, about their relationship or marital issues?
Now, before I answer, Let me just say that I am a young woman. I've never been married. Okay. And I'm still figuring out the relationship world. Right. But I think it is okay. You can speak with your friends about your relationship. Should you speak to your friends about your relationship? No, I am not sure, because there is this thing that goes, when you would forgive, your friends and your family would not forgive. Right? So I believe that there are certain things in a relationship that you should keep just between the two of you. But that is going to take you talking to each other and forming that particular bond, and agreeing on certain things, and recognizing that this is how you want it to go. I would not want to share every single thing about my relationship with my friends, and I feel that way for marriage as well, unless I get to that point and I change my mind. But for now, I don't think that everything should be shared. I want my partner to be my best friend, and I actually don't have any intentions of sharing my relationship problems with a single soul, mother, father, friend, nobody. Me and him, we sitting down and we talking out everything.
All right, I will get to that point. Let's go. Hi, Coach. Good morning.
Okay, first thing, I sent you the Luther song since morning.
Yeah.
The Luther Paran song. Okay, that get that out of the way. in terms of marriage, I think the first conversation you're supposed to have is with your partner. If something is bothering you, you should have that conversation. If there's no rejection or there's no understanding, you can't get your point across because the other person is not open to what you're saying. I could see why you would want to seek a little bit of advice of how to actually approach the subject in a different way. But in terms of actually going out and tell people what's going on in your home, I think that's a no-no, because trust me, they'll come back and bite you. Because your trusted friend might not be a trusted friend next week.
True. And every best friend has a best friend.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. You, because she might be your best friend, but you might not be her best friend. So naturally, if she has a best friend, she's probably going to speak up. Still all what you say. So I'd be careful. I mean, you could probably put it out as a question in a third party kind of system without actually putting yourself in the situation, so you could hear. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Asking
for a friend.
Right, yeah, you're asking for a friend. Not for me. Even if they think it's you, there's no evidence it's you. You know, you could have verbal denial because you just say, "Oh, I didn't ask for me. I asked for a friend." So, yeah, but I don't think you should go out and be, talking about your relationship, whether it's good or bad, Because if it's really good, trust me, that person might be saying, that's probably too good for her, right? I want that.
For myself.
And, and then they start in the attack. And if the brother's a weak brother or the sister's a weak sister, they might give in. So you got to be careful when you're thinking about going outside and talk. Okay. Talk to people about what's going on in your house. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Thanks, Kojo. All right. So you said everything?
I think so. I think so. Yeah. If something, we will come back.
All right. So we're just gonna steal a few more minutes. Community Dateline. It's supposed to come out at 9:45, but we bring it directly after this conversation, which we wrap up shortly, right? All right. So for me, from my vantage point, as the friend, right? There are times that I would admit that having to hear of somebody's relationship problems can be a bit heavy, right? Especially if you want for them to actually be happy in their marriage or in their relationship, right? So when you have to hear of your friends coming to you with problems, sometimes for me, it sinks my spirits because I want to see actual relationships working. Right? I don't necessarily want to hear of these stresses and the challenges or, the things that are going on in somebody's relationship. Now, what it is for me that can be especially heavy is when both parties come to you with their concerns, right? So you're getting it from both sides. And the thing with me is that when I get it from both sides, I can't say anything, right? I can't let the other person know that the other person for them has come to me and said anything. So I have to act like all brand new to whatever it is that is happening, right?
I'm feeling guilty.
I don't have a problem listening to people, right? I honestly don't have a problem because I know that we do need to have persons to vent to, right? I remember once in a relationship where I told the person that I had a conversation with another friend of mine about what was happening with us. And he's like, so why is you have any conversation with him? I said, because you are the one who's stressing me out, right? And I'm saying, if I'm not able to have the conversation with you or you're not listening, I need to actually be able to say to somebody else, and hearing it from a male's perspective would have helped, right?
Yeah.
Because I would have known if I'm acting up, if I was wrong, if he was wrong, that sort of thing. But I can understand where the person I was with at the time, where it is that he was coming from, because he's looking at it like, why are you venting to this person? Does this person have an interest in you? And what could possibly happen? And how often you're having conversations of this nature with the individual, right? So I can understand it from that point of view. But sometimes when you're going through what you're going through with the person who you're with, you can't talk to them because they're not listening, right? You're hoping that what you're saying would actually sink in, but sometimes they don't. And sometimes we do need to have that external source to let us know whether or not what we are doing is right. True. If we are acting up, if the way in which we handle the situation is incorrect, etc., 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 right? So I do think that we can, but you just have to know who it is you're speaking to. And you have to be able to trust persons.
Correct.
There is one thing, though, is that I may quicker talk to my friends than to a family member of, let's say, that individual. Because another friend went through a situation where his wife was speaking to his mother. So she was actually speaking to her mother-in-law. And the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law get tight to the point where the son felt excluded. So it's like they're ganging up against him, right? And I think, well, I'm not sure if the divorce went through, but they were actually thinking about getting a divorce, right? So it got so serious to the point where the guy had to tell his mother, well, I'm no longer your son, right? Because now the wife is venting to the mother-in-law and he feels excluded. So it's
but to be honest, while looking at it, I wasn't nice as the boat going up there. Anyways, I like the fact that the mother-in-law didn't just pick up for her son, though. I mean, that tends to happen. I don't want her to just exclude him completely like that. But, it's not many times you would hear the mother-in-law would side with the daughter. They usually would pick up for their son, wrong or right?
Yeah, but you see, the thing of it is that I don't think that I want for my mother-in-law to know our business. Me personally, I don't want.
Well, she tells she.
Well, which is true. Or maybe and that's the other thing is like, remember the daughter-in-law might be telling things from her perspective. Is the mother actually giving the son the correct air, right? Or is she just going to constantly rebuking him without truly understanding what's happening? Because daughter-in-law don't reach to she first and don't start to complain, So, I personally not talking to anybody, family members, about any situation that I going through. If you want to find a way to pull up your son, you pull up your son, but it ain't coming from me, right? The information not coming from me.
Yeah, you gotta have confidential people as well. I've had to deal with those situations where a friend came and vented about their relationship, and one of the things that the person was worried about is that after the family and friends know about her relationship with her partner, when she forgives, how would the rest of us feel?
We watch him with a bad eye. That's all we doing. We watch him with a bad eye.
Well, me, to be honest, I'm quite different because I have been in situations where I have forgiven the man. I sort of understand where that comes from. So if my friend come and complain to me about their friend and then I see them lovey-dovey back with the person, I ain't gonna feel no how to be honest, because I know there's forgiveness and reconciliation. So I honestly would not mind. It's their relationship. At the end of the day, I don't want you to be unhappy. So if you're happy with the person, it depends on what you tell me to. You tell me the man beating you up. Me can't sit down and watch you lovey-dovey back with the man and the man beat you up. That could be a different thing.
Yeah, I am okay with so as much as I said I watched him with a bad eye, I was joking,
No,
because
get the bad eye still.
I want to. I mean, the thing is that I'm hoping that what she told me would just, disappear from out of my brain and clear space so that, I could only form happy memories of them. No.
Yes.
But they have to know. Persons in the relationship have to know. Yes, there might be times when we say, but why she forgive him? Why he forgive her?
Yeah.
Them in the relationship, they go sort themselves out. And the thing that I always say, we could preach to people as much as we want. When that person reaches their breaking point in the relationship is when it will be done and over. All right. So sometimes we just have to leave people be with their relationships. When they are truly at that breaking point and they're fed up of that partner is when they will leave. No matter how much we talk and tell them beforehand that this is what they need to do. All
Except
right?
if they get beat up. If they get beat up, step in.
Agreed. Agreed. All right. So this concludes our Talk to Us segment. We went well over time, but we are going to jump, Kojo, directly into our community updates at this time. And hear me talking about community